Good morning, everyone. This is Eric Lofholm. I want to welcome all of you to our 15-minute daily motivational call. We call this call Morning Sales Boost. The whole idea behind the call is put you in the best mindset possible so you can go out and have a great Friday. Thank you for joining this morning. And today is a special day because it's the last day of July. So we're wrapping up the month of July. We're starting a new month tomorrow, August 1st, when you wake up tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning is like a mini January 1. We get 12 of these a year. 12 times the calendar turns over to the new month. And it's a clean slate. I want you to soak that in today. You get a clean slate tomorrow. If there's an area of your life where you have not been getting the results that you want, tomorrow you can turn the page. If you've been not stepping up in your health, tomorrow you can turn the page. If you've been not stepping up in your prospecting, tomorrow you can turn the page. You can let go of the things in your life that are not working for you. You can just let it go. And you can have a new version of you emerge tomorrow, a version that you've never experienced before, a more bold version of you, a more courageous version of you, a more confident version of you, a more action-taking version of you, the version of you that expands the comfort zones, that steps up and takes action. That's the version that you can choose to step into tomorrow. And so I invite you to set your goals for the month of August. And if any of you for accountability want to send me a copy, feel free. You can email me your goals at eric@ericlofholm.com if you choose to for the month of August. I'll email you back an encouraging letter grade of A. And so just email me at eric@ericlofholm.com if that speaks to any one of you. Maybe there'll be one or two of you on this call that you'll actually send me your goals. And as many of you that want to do that, you can do that. And I want to tell you a goal-setting story of something that happened for me back when I was in college. Back in the day, I used to play basketball. And I was okay at it. I was never like the best player, but I was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And my second year at Sierra College, I decided that I wanted to try out for the team. And I wasn't recruited, so I just showed up on day one of the tryouts. And you were allowed to try out, as they called it, a walk-on. And so I showed up, and a lot of people had the same idea. There was 80 guys there trying out for this team. And so I set a goal. Coach said on day one, we're going to take 15 players. So I thought, okay, that's my goal because I know I'm not the best player. And so I'm not going to start on this team. I'm not good enough to start if I made it, but I want to make the team. So if I set the goal to be the 15th best player, I'll make the team. And that was my goal. And so the next day I showed back up for tryouts. And a bunch of the people didn't show back up the next day. Maybe it was too much running or whatever, and they weren't there. Maybe we were down to about half, about 40 players now. And then the next day I came back again, and a bunch of more players didn't show up. And so this went on until we were down to about 20 players, and they hadn't even made a cut yet. People were just cutting themselves by opting out. They weren't showing up. So now I'm in the top 20. And then they started the cuts. And they cut the first two players. And I made it. I was like, whew, I'm in the top 18. And then they cut another player and I made it again. And they cut another player and I made it again. So now there's 16 of us. And I was the final player cut. And I missed the opportunity to play college basketball, an opportunity of a lifetime, an opportunity. There's no do-over. I can't go back to college and play college basketball. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I missed because I set the wrong goal. If I had set the goal to be the best player, even though clearly I wasn't, but what I know now about performance and goal setting and effort, if I showed up being I'm the best player here, even though I wasn't, if that was my beingness, I would have made that team. I would have stood out just that little bit extra. And sometimes as you're pursuing goals, it comes down to that little bit. It's like the horse race. You might have heard of this, the photo finish. Thank you for the emoji. The photo finish, right? Because it's so close, you can't, naked eye can't see it. And they have this picture and they determine that that's what it is that did it. Well, guess what? You got an opportunity to get your goal set for August. And I want you to remember this story. So as you set your goals, I want you to remember, is this goal, is it one of those like Eric's trying to be the 15th best player? It's not the right goal. I need to set a different goal. Like the goal of making your bills. You're earning enough income to make your bills. It's not that that's the wrong goal. I mean, it's good. You made enough money to pay your bills, but why not raise the bar up and go, my bills plus 2,000. My bills plus 3,000. My bills plus 5,000. Right? Some of you are capable of making a lot more money in a month if you have the goal to do it. And to realize you got to dig deep and be motivated to really go out there and make it happen. So we have this special day tomorrow, and I want to share with you 2 more insights. And this next insight is one that I've shared many times, and I'm going to continue to share it many times because it's an idea that's relevant every day. And it's just, to me, it's so good. And it is the question, what could I do to create a sales miracle? What could I do to create a sales miracle? I want you to sit with that question today. I'm going to sit with that question today. What can I do to create a sales miracle? And I'm going to see what shows up, because that question, it overrides your belief system. It overrides how you view yourself, because we're talking about a miracle here. I mean, anything's possible with a miracle. What could you do to create a sales miracle? Now, that question could be used in other areas of your life. What could I do to create a health miracle? What could I do to create a miracle in my marriage? What could I do to create a miracle in my wealth building? What could I do to create a miracle with my consistency? What could I do to create a miracle with my sleep? And the last technique I want to teach you guys today is called the baseline strategy. And so I'm going to get this piece of paper here and I'm going to fold it up. And I learned this idea over 20 years ago from Jay Abraham. And the idea is as relevant today as it was 20 years ago. So this piece of paper here, this line represents your baseline. Now, Jay taught this in terms of marketing because he's a marketing expert. So Jay would say to you, you have a marketing baseline. And your marketing baseline is everything that you're currently doing to market. It's your referral systems, if you have one. It's your paid ads, if you do that. It's your social media, if you do that. It's your networking, if you do that. It's your cold outreach, if you do that. So your marketing baseline is everything that you're doing. Baseline strategy, keep doing this because it's producing a positive result, whatever results you're getting, and then add one new idea, one new strategy. Thus, you're able to produce a greater result. So he says, keep doing what you're doing and then add one new idea, one new strategy. Now, back in the day, there was Coca-Cola for many, many years. And then they came out with this thing they called New Coke, right? Remember New Coke? And with New Coke, they didn't do baseline strategy, right? Baseline strategy, we got Coca-Cola, we're going to keep Coca-Cola and we're going to add New Coke. That's not what they did. What they did was they took away the baseline and they added New Coke, no more baseline. In other words, they got rid of what they ended up ultimately calling it Coke Classic. They ditched it. And there was this huge uproar from all the Coke fans. Bring back Coke Classic is what they ended up calling it. And so they ultimately ended up doing it. So that story is an example where they didn't do baseline strategy. So baseline strategy, we're not stopping anything that you're doing. we're going to add one new idea, one new strategy. Thus, you're able to produce a greater result. So that's how Jay taught it. So I'm a sales guy. So instead of me teaching you what's your marketing baseline, I'm teaching you what is your sales baseline. Your sales baseline is everything that you're doing in order to create the results that you're currently creating. Keep doing what you've been doing. Add one new idea, one new strategy. Thus, you'll be able to produce a greater sales result. So how do you activate the baseline strategy? You activate it with a question. If you're taking notes, you can jot this question in your notes. The question is, what can I add to my baseline to increase my sales results? So maybe you add a strengthened mindset. Maybe you add a sales script. Maybe you add a joint venture partner. Maybe you add increased prospecting. Maybe you add consistent prospecting. So baseline strategy, keep doing what you've been doing, add one new idea, one new strategy, thus you're able to produce a greater result. Now, there's no rule that says you're only allowed to add one idea. So you could add 2 ideas, 3 ideas, 5 ideas. So the way you activate this, and you can do this in your quiet time later on today, is you just take out 5 or 10 minutes, and you can do it with AI too if you want. You ask your brain the question, what can I add to my baseline in sales to increase my results? And you might come up with a phenomenal idea. And that strategy, baseline strategy, you just put that in your success tool belt for the rest of your life. That strategy will work for you in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year. So to summarize the key things we talked about, you've got an opportunity for a new version of you, Derek, to emerge. As great as you already are, Derek, there's a new version that could emerge tomorrow if you choose it to. And you just explore in your own thinking, what would that look like? That bolder version, that more powerful version of me, that more consistent version of me, the version that goes after the larger opportunities, the bigger commissioned opportunities. And we're getting this clean slate tomorrow, August 1. We talked about baseline strategy. We talked about the miracles, sales miracles question. What could I do today to create a sales miracle? I acknowledge you for showing up today to put yourself in the best mindset possible so you can have a great day today. I want you to know you were born with natural gifts and talents. You developed other skills with proper training. I want you to take today through the finish line with a great attitude, with great energy. I choose to go out today through the finish line with great energy and great effort. Thank you guys for the emojis. That's going to wrap up our call today. Let's go out and make it a great sales day. Dr. Renee, thanks for joining today. Jim, great to have you in class today. 608 area code. Marty, thanks for joining today. Anthony, great to have you in class today. Thanks for joining. Carol, great to have you here today. Thank you guys for the emojis. Chris, thanks for joining today. Dave, thanks for joining. Dennis, great to have you in class today. Derek, thanks for joining. Diane, thanks for being here. Doug, thanks for showing up today. Ed, thanks for showing up today. Elizabeth, you're doing great. You're having such a great year, Elizabeth. You're building this infrastructure that's going to last for many, many years in your business. Great job. Eric, thanks for being here today. Work on those referral muscles. Frank, great to have you in class today. Gina, thanks for showing up today. Holly, thanks for being here today. Helene, thank you for joining today. Jacques, thanks for joining today. Jay, Mr. Consistency, thanks for being here. Janine, wrapping up your best. Janine's wrapping up her best month ever. Way to go. Great job. Jeffrey, thanks for joining today. Joanne, thanks for being here today. Jody, thanks for joining. Joe, great to see you, Joe. Joseph, thank you for joining. Kim, keep moving forward. You got a great message to help out those animal owners, especially those horse owners. Kimberly, thanks for showing up today. Congrats on launching your new monthly marketing class. Laura, you're a great leader. Thanks for showing up. Lisa, great to see you today. Lynn, thanks for joining. Marcus, congrats on your new opportunity. Marie, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you for showing up today. Max, you're an elite prospector. Michael, great to see you today. Michelle, thanks for showing up again. Nargis, great to have you in class. Thank you guys for the emojis. Navneet, thanks for joining from India. Pamela, thanks for being here today. Patricia, thanks for joining today. Percy, great to have you. Renate, coming to us live from Thailand. Rose, thanks for joining. Russ, great to have you here today. Sylvia, 480,000. Thomas, congrats on all the increased sales lately. Todd, thanks for showing up today. Urban, Elite Prospector, Vicky, Action, Yvette, thanks for being here. Let's all go out today, guys. Have a great attitude with great energy. Have a successful last day of July. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.